The cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession.
It really did.
But behind the towering, terrifying 1980s screen bully was this completely secret life. So welcome to Starscope Report. We uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and the stories behind the fame.
Yeah, and today we're taking a deep dive into the headline, Ogre Star Exposed, What No One Knew About Him.
Right, because we're looking at the legacy of, well, actor Donald Gibb, who you probably know recently passed away at 71.
Yeah, TMZ reported that he died peacefully at home in Texas,
Yeah.
surrounded by his family.
Which is nice, but for anyone who grew up in the 80s, you most certainly know him as Ogre.
Oh, yeah, the terrifying beer-chugging frat brother from the Revenge of the Nerds movies.
Exactly. But his original path had, like, absolutely nothing to do with Hollywood at all.
Right, he was actually an elite athlete. I mean, he played college sports and eventually made it to the professional level with the NFL's San Diego Chargers.
Wait, I'm stuck on this. You don't just go from the NFL injury reserve to movie star overnight. Like, what was the actual stepping stone?
Well, it came down to a sudden, forced reinvention. He was in this horrific car crash that left him with a basal skull fracture and permanent double vision.
Oh, wow. That is devastating.
It totally was. In an instant, his athletic dreams were just permanently over. He had to figure out what to do with a body built for tackling quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Especially since he could no longer safely take an impact.
Isn't it fascinating how the destruction of one dream is often the exact catalyst for another?
Yeah, it really is. It's wild how beautifully he pivoted to Hollywood after losing his entire sports career.
I mean, it's like taking a massive battleship and having to retrofit it into a luxury cruise liner. He took all that aggressive mass and repurposed it for visual storytelling.
That is such a good way to put it, which, makes his next major career move so deeply ironic.
Right, but that's not even the wildest part.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yeah, later we'll talk about the shocking twist nobody saw coming on the set of Bloodsport. If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
You definitely don't want to miss it. But speaking of Bloodsport, let's talk about the fake martial artist who completely rewrote the script.
Right, this blew my mind. He played Ray Jackson, the brutal American fighter in that 1988 martial arts cult classic.
Yeah, but he harbored this massive secret during filming. He was not a martial artist.
Yeah.
Like, not even a little bit.
Wait, so how does a complete non-fighter manage to dominate scenes in a legendary martial arts movie? Why did the directors let him just, do his thing?
Because he couldn't do the intricate choreography.
Yeah.
So he just leaned into sheer brawling power.
That is wild. He just confidently faked it.
Exactly. He realized that on camera, an undisciplined, chaotic fighting style actually made him look more dangerous next to Jean-Claude Van Damme's highly polished moves.
Right, of course. Contrast is everything.
Yeah, and he confidently told the directors he could, quote, beat any martial artist's head off, and essentially rewrote his own scenes to emphasize raw barroom aggression over technique.
And he apparently didn't hold back off camera either. Like, he was surprisingly vocal about Van Damme.
Oh, not at all. He openly criticized him for making the set uncomfortable for the cast and crew.
Which is fascinating because it totally flips the script on who the bad guy actually was in real life.
It completely does.
Yeah.
And that brings us to, the biggest contrast of his life. You see this towering, aggressive brawler on screen.
But the off-screen reality was the exact opposite. The notes here are so wholesome.
Right, just a gentle giant.
Yeah, he was a devoutly religious family man. He co-owned a popular Chicago bar called Trader Todd's.
I love that detail so much.
And he would just happily hang out there, selling his own Ogre Beer and mingling with fans. He wasn't some unapproachable thug.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He was an entrepreneur who, weaponized his intimidating size to bring people joy.
It really challenges how easily you might typecast someone based on their imposing looks, completely missing the warm guy underneath.
Exactly. And, stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next on our future deep dives.
Right. But it leaves you wondering, if that devastating car crash hadn't derailed his NFL career, would pop culture have ever met its favorite 80s bully?
Probably not. It is a crazy thought to mull over.
It really is. Well, you've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.